What's good, YouTube? So today I'm bringing you my Invoked Blue-Eyes deck profile. So with the recent PRIMITE cards being reprinted and them not falling in price too much, still being a very high price deck, I feel like now is a good time to kind of go back and revisit the Invoked package, which is still very budget. The entire Invoked package is probably $10. That's with high rarities. That's with the Platinum Secret Rare rarities that were recently released. Then if you factor in the actual Blue-Eyes deck being around $30 with hand traps and extra deck, the entire deck is around $40. So $40 for a very competitive Blue-Eyes. You can't beat that. You get the nostalgia, you get a crazy end board, very beginner friendly as well. Pretty good deck to kind of get back into the game. So with that in mind, let's just go straight into the deck profile. So we have 3 Aleister the Invoker, put those up here, 3 Magical Meltdown, 1 Invocation, and 1 Terraforming. So I think Magical Meltdown is probably the most expensive card in the Invoke package. I think it's around $2 right now, with Aleister the Invoker being like a 25-cent card, and Invoke Macabre being around like a 50-cent card, and Invocation, I think it's like around $1. Again, $10 for the whole package pretty much. And it is a 1-card starter, so it gives the deck 7 additional 1-card starters, because Magical Meltdown gets you Aleister the Invoker, and then Terraforming can get you Magical Meltdown. So it makes the deck lose a little harder to draw. However, it does add consistency and makes the ceiling of the deck a lot higher by having the Omni Negate with Invoke Macabre. And you get the added benefit of being able to use Terraforming, because sometimes your Blue-Eyes stuff gets stopped or your Link 1 gets stopped. If you have Terraforming, you can utilize this to get one into the Blue-Eyes field spell. So it does have utility in the deck as well. So again, that's a small 8-card Invoke package. And then we have 2 Invoked Macabres in the extra deck. Now going into the Blue-Eyes stuff, we have 2 Blue-Eyes White Dragons, very typical stuff, 3 Maiden of White, 3 Sage with Eyes of Blue, 3 Wishes for Eyes of Blue, then we have the bricks, Majesty of the White Dragons, True Light, Mausoleum of White, and Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. So the Blue-Eyes stuff, very standard as well, nothing too crazy. Very small engine as well, so it kind of goes really well with the Invoke stuff. With Sage, Wishes, and Maiden of White, that is an additional 9 1-card starters, bringing the total up to 16 1-card starters. I guess Wishes for Eyes of Blue is technically a 1.5-card starter. We're going to still count it as a 1-card starter, so 17 1-card starters. And then 2 Blue-Eyes White Dragons, True Light, Mausoleum of White, Majesty of White Dragons, that's 6 bricks. Cards you don't really want to draw. I guess Roar of the Blue-Eyed Dragons honestly isn't too much of a brick. It is still not too bad to draw it. You can use it to extend. So honestly, pretty much 5 bricks in the deck. The thing about Blue-Eyes is it's known for the bricks. So having 5 bricks does kind of hurt a little bit. However, honestly, it's not too bad. It's not the end of the world if you draw any of these cards, because Majesty of the White Dragons is good going first. Mausoleum of White, not the worst card to draw. I feel like True Light and then the Blue-Eyes White Dragons are pretty much the only ones you don't really want to draw. Then for some consistency, we have Crossout Designator, Called by the Grave, and Pot of Prosperity. Then the hand traps, 3 Droll, 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 2 Veiler, and 3 Infinite Impermanence. So the deck has a lot of room for non-engine, so it doesn't struggle going second because of the amount of non-engine we play. And then even being able to go into Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon, having that card in the extra deck, we also are running Typhon as well, just to kind of help the deck go second. Because that is one of the things a lot of people think that Blue-Eyes struggles going second. However, we run a lot of hand traps and we have extra deck monsters we can kind of utilize to kind of blow up boards going second as well. Then to go into the extra deck, we are running 2 Invoked Macabre. In case you don't know what Invoked Macabre does, this is an Omni Negate that Aleister the Invoker can go into by itself. Aleister is a 1-card Invoked Macabre. Once per turn, when a spell or trap card or monster effect is activated, quick effect, you can send the same type of card, monster, spell, or trap from the hand to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, banish the card. So it is a negate/banish, a really powerful card. And then Aleister gets to add back to your hand during his combo. So it is always a monster negate/banish. Then what else? Then if you have a spell or a trap card in your hand, you can also keep that as well. Then we have Blue-Eyes Tyrant Dragon, Neo Blue-Eyes Ultimate Dragon, 2 Spirit with Eyes of Blue, Hermetic Seal, 2 Blue-Eyes Spirit Dragons, Blue-Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, Crimson Dragon, Stardust Divine Dragon, Lightstorm Dragon, Ancient Fairy Life Dragon, and Super Star Slayer. So a bunch of dragons. The new additions are Stardust, Cypher, Divine Dragon. With him being a budget card now, I did decide to put him in here. He also just makes your end board super strong. His protection / negate and pop is just honestly one of the most powerful cards in the game. And if you can go into it, why not? Lightstorm Dragon for back row. One of the other new additions is Ancient Fairy Life Dragon, very budget card. I think it's like 25 cents. It just helps push for game and helps doing damage as well. Then I did include Typhon. Again, with the theme of the deck kind of struggling to go second, I feel like we want to just have as many options as possible. The deck already has a bunch of high ceiling and board pieces, so I did decide just to have Typhon in here. It probably won't be removed from my extra deck. I did kind of go back and forth with it a lot in my past videos. However, I feel like Typhon is going to be a mainstay in my Blue-Eyes stuff from this point moving forward. So that concludes my deck profile. If you guys are interested in test hands or combos, I do have older Invoked Blue-Eyes stuff on my channel where I go over test hands and combos. Or if you guys want to see an updated version or updated combos or test hands, let me know. Leave me a comment. If that's something you guys are still interested in, I can go ahead and make another one of those videos. But I think that's all I got for you guys today. I'll catch you guys in the next video.